I think love is a choice is like so real for them because they were fighting like crazy. And we had a lot of, my dad was on drugs and he's the most stereotypical Vietnamese man. Like
explain, because I don't have it. You say that and nothing comes to mind. I
like
don't know.
He did drugs. He loved gambling. Affair stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sure.
like and he owned a nail salon.
Okay, there you go.
Fucking some of the nail techs.
Okay.
Yeah, but like only like the one that made the most money. Like it wasn't like just like some random bitch. It was the one like she earned that shit. You know, she earned that dick. You can't just be giving it. You can't.
That's not in your act. If everything that last two minute and a half you just said is not in your act, you need to remedy that right now. You got to fold that in and just say it as casually as you just did. Right. So fucking funny. Welcome to Tank Top Talks with Matt Braunger. I'm your host, Matt Braunger. Tank tops are ridiculous, but they feel good. And the reason why they feel good is because they are ridiculous. Will Pepper, let's talk about your tank.
Oh, thank you. I have nipples. This is a special tank top for me.
Why? Why is that?
I bought it in Vietnam.
Okay.
And Vietnam, I don't know have you been to Vietnam?
I have. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's as soon as you walk out the airport, the heat hits
it's
you.
Nuts.
Yeah. And I forgot because I'm from Utah. So I was sweating through. I had to change 4 shirts a day.
Wow.
I was sweating through every single one.
Yeah.
And I went to this little shop and they had this tank top for like $5.
Yeah.
For 5 for 2.
That's quality tank top too.
Yeah.
It's good.
And I was like, and then ever since then I've wore it.
Yeah, dude. I feel like Vietnam is a tank top mandatory country. It's just the humidity. It's just steam coming off of everything. The food, the air, you know.
And then the Vietnamese uncles, they wear it like this.
they just have shit.
Yeah. And I'm like, your belly's out. This is a bad look for the people, for the culture. I don't know if you want to do this.
Man, the not give a fuck in Vietnam was really hilarious to me. Like I got this bumper sticker that was like showed the traffic lights. Yeah. And it was like green go, yellow go, red slower but still go, or something like that. Like right. Still go, like stop in parentheses.
And
still
bottom
go.
line still go. Right.
Dude, the thing I was thinking about this literally yesterday, not even relating to having you on the show or anything. But I remember being so triggered by the fact that you just cross the street, but you walk slow. Right. And the scooters go around you.
Right. They figure it out.
So you are just a walking traffic cone. You're not going to get hit. Just don't freak out and run. Yeah. Because they'll hit you.
Do you know aura?
No.
Like it's like a Gen Z term, like aura.
Oh yeah, aura. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
like aura maxing. Or
yes, aura max. Yeah, sure. I know what aura is. So. I was like that new app. I'm like the old man on here.
How you test it is if you cross a street in Vietnam without stopping.
Oh, that's how you test aura.
I just made it up right now, but
that's good.
My dad, he's so confident with it. He walks, doesn't even look. Cars go around him.
I mean,
and I'm like, that is like it's like. Timothy Chalamet in like Dune.
Yeah, bro. That's it. The cooperation between mechanized vehicles and human beings is unmatched in Vietnam.
Yeah,
unmatched.
It's crazy.
We went on a bike tour. My wife, your manager.
Yeah. The goat.
The goat. We were on a bike tour. And the guy was like, he's just taking us through the streets. And we stopped and we got a coffee. Amazing coffee in Vietnam. Yeah. And then he's like, all right, let's go. And then you want to speed up because we're going on the on-ramp. The what? He took us onto a freeway. We're onto a freeway on bikes. I started yelling like, wait, what the fuck? And then I started laughing because it was that thing of like, if I start thinking about how cars are zipping past me going 75, I'm going to fall and I'll die. Yeah. So I have to laugh. And I have to go, okay, this is how they do it. And I'm laughing maniacally to stay sane until we were on that highway for about 20 minutes. And then we got off into like a jungle area. And we had put our bikes on our shoulders and climbed through and then went to another path. God. It was nuts. But it was like, to me, the getting on the highway thing, if I would have saw it in advance, I never would have done the bike ride, the bike tour. But it was like, I was glad I did.
They can't tell you that.
No, they won't. They'll get nobody. No tourists will come along. Yeah.
Also, I feel like being a passenger on one of those bikes is a skill in itself.
Yeah.
Like you can't really, you have to be.
Oh, no. We had our own bikes.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I was on my own bike. And so I followed him. I could have been like, I'm not going on there, but I'm like, he's going.
Oh my God, that's respect.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
I can't.
I was terrified. I don't remember a time I've been more afraid for my life.
Right.
Off the top of my head.
Perspective.
It's crazy. Dude, your bit about, for those who don't know who Will Pepper is, he's one of the funniest comics working today. He's like a young guy on the scene, but like he writes really great jokes, really based on real perspectives. And I think that's why you're having a little bit of a moment here that's kind of building, which is dope. Which is great. But I could say that to any comic and they'd be like, I think I'm doing all right. Yeah. Kevin Hart, come on. But like, that bit you have about going to Vietnam for the first time and looking around going, this is what it's like being white in Utah where you grew up.
Right.
Like, I finally had that feeling. Like, it's nice. And it's great because I can tell the audience is really laughing because there probably a lot of them are white. And the funniest thing is you just keep going, and it feels good. It's like being white feels pretty awesome.
Yeah, this is cool.
It feels pretty. Yeah, and then you see a white guy, and you tell him go back to where you came from, and the guy's actually your friend. Like, I flew here with you. What are you talking? Right. That's great.
Yeah, when I went there for the first time, it was a big culture shock, but also I think seeing how actually like Saigon is actually a big city, like there's like skyscrapers and like, you know what I mean? It's not what you think when you think of Vietnam, like the jungles and stuff.
Well, it's a name we associate with a war.
Right.
That's probably, or excuse me, police action. That we like, that probably like 90% of our perception is that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that's been overturned recently, which is cool, but it was funny to me to go because there's like a Viet Cong chain, like a coffee chain.
Oh yeah,
where they all dress like in the
OG
in the black pajamas.
Oh yeah,
crazy. Where I'm in there going, bro, this is nuts.
Yeah, it's. But then I went to my dad's village where he grew up.
Oh, cool.
And that was what you thought Vietnam. Like that's like stereotypical. Okay. Like there's like sticks and stuff.
Sure. Yeah. Well, we went on the bike tour where we were climbing through, we were on a path with our bikes on our shoulders.
Yeah.
And I look over and there's this field and there's just a bunch of naked Vietnamese men. And they're doing exercises and stuff.
That's I don't know. Is that a Vietnamese thing?
I don't know. I think it's this thing of like when you go in a sauna and there's naked guys and you're like, okay.
But it's a field?
It was a field. It was like in the jungle, and they were like, well, they had all the, they had their shorts and their tank tops and their sandals off to the side. And they're naked? Just like doing stretches and they're just exercising. I was just like, didn't expect to see a bunch of dicks out, but okay.
Were you clothed?
Oh, I was clothed. We were going past them.
And you were sober?
And a couple of them, I didn't end up there drunk. I wasn't trying new things. No, yeah, we just went by there and I was like, okay. You guys are just working out?
I got
a couple of them were kicking a soccer ball around, all naked.
Wait, so kicking a soccer ball? Mm-hmm. There's kids?
No, these are all men.
Playing naked soccer?
Yeah. Grown men.
I want to go.
Yeah. It was their hang. They go to the jungle, they take their clothes off, and then they exercise.
I don't know. That's a thing.
And the thing is, all of them coded straight. I'm like, yeah, these are all straight dudes.
No way, bro. There's no way.
I'm telling you. I think it was like a fitness thing. I could be totally wrong.
I don't know. That's a fitness. That has to be a gay thing.
Okay, maybe it is. Maybe it is.
I'm gonna ask my dad.
It just didn't have that vibe. It didn't. Okay. None of them were really near each other, or
Oh,
not even. They're just distance. Yeah, they're just distance. One guy's like doing push-ups. Another guy's doing jumping jacks. They were just kind of. It was literally like I could tell that was like a fitness thing going on.
And now I know why we won the war. Imagine you're like a soldier. You go to there, everyone's naked. I'm like, I'm good.
I don't know about this.
I can't.
I'm going home. I'm putting my gun down. Yeah.
Wow.
But so you grew up in Utah though.
Yeah. I was born in Utah, and then my dad moved to Phoenix. Like moved all of us to Phoenix when I was like 10.
Okay.
Because he was like he wanted to open up a nail salon.
Okay.
And people were like, these white people are too cheap in Utah.
Okay.
Let's try Arizona.
Yeah.
And I went from like high school and stuff, I went into Phoenix and I moved back to Utah for college.
Okay.
I live with my grandma.
All right.
Yeah. So between Phoenix and Utah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how old were you when you went to Vietnam first time?
2.
Okay.
And then I went back when I was 15. And then I went again like last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's been a few times.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Like how old were you when you started doing stand-up?
21.
Okay.
21, yeah.
That's a good age to start.
Yeah, in college, my friend was like, oh, I'm going to this open mic. And then I was like, I didn't know you could, I thought you had to be famous. Yeah. Like, I didn't know you could just do it. And then I went to go watch and I'm like, these guys are terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I can at least be that bad.
Dude, just go watch an open mic. You will get confidence.
Yeah.
If you have any kind of sense of humor.
And it's like in like Utah at the Wise Guys.
Yeah, sure.
Every Wednesday, it's an open mic and like 100 people show up just to watch.
Yeah.
It's like a big thing, you know? So
yeah,
I signed up and my heart was beating really fast.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like this feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you kind of have to love the rush to get into it. You can't just be, I think people who are like, they want people to laugh at their jokes and they want to, you know, have a career out of it and stuff. If you don't kind of dig the fear a little bit, it's just not going to work for you. Like you have to, I'm not saying you love it. Like, oh boy, I love, like, for example, I'm going to this gig in Florida in Port Charlotte, and it's like, it's a theater and it's also attached to this restaurant. Oh, snap. And they've been like totally disconnected. Like I'll send them emails about like, hey, here's what I'm doing on my socials. Here's how I'm promoting and stuff. And it's like, I'm not selling great. But I'm like, you want to put me on a morning radio or something? Do you have any They're just not emailing me back. What? And I'm like, well, we're going to get the house we get because I've done my thing. Yeah. So I'm flying on a red eye tonight. I don't know how it's going to go for the next 4 days there. But then after that, I'm doing the Roommates tour. Me and Kyle Kinane do these spots, random like pop-ups at clubs and theaters called the Roommates tour. We'll just co-headline. Great. And that's in Miami and Key West. And those are selling great. Okay. But it's like, I've promoted those as much as I promoted this, you know? And so it's this thing where it's like, it might be an absolute shit show, but part of me is a little excited for that. Yeah, you know what I mean?
You just don't know.
You don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other cities where it's doing good, you just have to be like, oh, I have to do a good show. Yeah. Like they paid money. Yeah. Good. These other ones, I'm like, I don't know. Give
and this one, the first one I'm going to, it's like they have reached out twice to my agent to make sure I can work clean. Because I have like bits online that are a little blue. Yeah. I'm like, I can do a clean hour. It's no problem.
And then when you get there, you're like, fuck it.
They're like, anyway, my dick. Yeah. No, but it's the thing of that kind of never changes. And you kind of have to, on a certain level, kind of dig the unknown. You know what I mean? Kind of keeps it exciting.
Do you have any vices?
I drink. Yeah. I don't really drink on the road much, like, because it's just like, you know, it's not good for you when you're on stage. Generally, you don't think as fast. Yeah. But like after the show, I'll have a couple. But I don't really gamble. I don't really smoke a lot of weed. I don't do hard drugs at all, of course. What about you?
No, I mean, yeah.
All of them.
No, I like weed, but I'm on this phase where I'm like kind of stopping. Okay, I went crazy the past 4 days.
Yeah, let's talk about this. I'll set it up for you. You just got back from, is it your very first cruise?
I've been a few times.
Okay, so you were on a cruise recently.
Yeah, I went on a cruise with my family. Okay. And it's just like, I've been doing pretty good, not really smoking or doing anything, but the past weekend I've been going crazy. Okay. And then I went with my dad, my brother, my whole, like, it was like 20 people. Okay. My whole family. Yeah. And every night we was getting drunk, gambling. Wow. Drinking. And I came back, my eyes were all bloodshot. So hopefully it's not too bad.
No, you don't look bloodshot at all. No. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I've done, I did this, did a recording after I got back from Vegas, and it was just like, hey, but it was like, I watched it and I'm like, all right, I look about the same. I'm not and my going hard is not, you're younger than me. I'm sure your going hard is like beyond.
My uncle brought a water bottle and he filled it with vodka.
Dude, that's what my wife's like physical trainer told us to do when we went on a Disney cruise. He was like, he had all these hacks. He was like, yeah, you just, that that's the non-green scope, the one that like, or Listerine, that's just like the disinfectant, the one that tastes terrible. That one, the light brown one. He's like, dump that, fill it up with tequila. They never check. And it's like, I'll just probably buy drinks, man.
You're a trainer?
Like, I don't it's just, but he's young. The dude is like crazy young. So it's like, he's got that metabolism where it's like, I do not need my own bottle of tequila on the cruise where I'm just bored and just,
like what's going on?
Yeah. And plus I was on a Disney cruise. I'm like, I can't get that faded.
Right. With my kids and stuff.
Yeah. Like it's not, I mean, I did a cruise where it was like, I was part of this comedy festival that was on part of the cruise, but we had the use of the whole cruise ship.
That's amazing.
And as we got on, they're like, do you want like the unlimited cuff that you spend, $200 for all the drinks you want for like 2 days, or they rack them up. And I'm like, yeah, unlimited. And like, me and Kyle ended up going on shore and finding a Caribbean bar with no white people. And we just kept jumping out the window into the ocean.
What?
To the point where like locals were like gathering just to watch these crazy white guys jump out of there. Cause we were like, Kyle's like, we got to jump out of this window, right? And I'm like, why? He's like, because the ocean's right there. And I'm like, there's probably pylons. He's like, let me ask. And the guy's like, no pylons. And he's like, can we jump out of the window? And he's like, I'm not going to say you can't. And that's where it began.
That's a white thing.
We used to, yeah, it's definitely that whole comfortable existence.
Jump out the window in the ocean. I'm scared of ocean.
Well, it's like I look back and I'm like, why did I do that? But I was also, that was one of the times where my now wife and I were broke up for the longest time, which was like 8 months. And I was just kind of off the rails there, where it was like, not that I was taking physical chances with myself, but I was also just in a weird numb like state kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of one way I see her as kind of my one, because when we started, she called me out of nowhere and we just started talking again. And it was just like, no, this feels right. So now I got to do everything I can to make this somehow work again. And I know that. Where before that, I was always like, I don't know what's right. I feel like, are you in a relationship right now?
I'm talking to someone.
Okay. So I feel like one problem men run into is we want things to be certain. And that just doesn't exist. Not relationships.
Oh my God, I've been feeling that recently.
Yeah. We want it to go. The whole thing we've always been told, men and women, is that when you know. I disagree. I don't really believe in soulmates. I think it's half. Obviously, you love someone, but it's half making the choice of being like, I can be with this person. Because I've had feelings for people that I'm like, me and her, we're a mess. This ain't going to work, man. There's just no way. You both have to kind of bring maybe slightly different things to the table and have a vision for what you both want, kind of thing. But
like you say it, like you don't believe in when you know.
No, I believe you can have a real attraction. I feel like, I don't really necessarily believe, at least from my perspective, this is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And I know that right now. I'm sure a lot of people disagree with me, but I think you kind of go, well, I can give this a chance and I can try for that. And that would be awesome. And you can kind of make that happen. But I think just from my perspective as a dude, I've kind of always felt like I would have the security of knowing someone, maybe something divine is telling me that this is the person kind of thing. Like what Jeff Bridges had some story about. He was like in a climbing in some caves with his now wife, and he just heard this voice go, "Marry this woman." And he was just like, "Welp." I'm like, what?
That's not
and
real.
It's like, I wanted that voice. Well, he's probably high. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think,
interesting.
Older man's perspective for you, but that's how I see it.
But over the 8 months, we're like, was there a point like 6 months in, you're like, oh no, it's like this feeling not going away. Like she's the one.
It would come and go. And the fact that I wasn't certain, and we're kind of volatile. I will say it's very funny how a friend of ours, Molly, who works with Kara, was like, made some offhand comment about like, oh yeah, you guys never fight. And I was like, oh shit. And we both looked at each other like, we really fight that much? And she's like, because it's, it's not that we're persnickety, but we're just passionate people kind of thing. So it's like, I was kind of cool not having that level. And back then it was certainly volatility, a lot of coming from me, not from her. And it was kind of cool to have that. But I didn't have any, I was kind of just flying blind. And I'm just like, I don't really like this. I don't like being single. I was like dating or hooking up and stuff, but I was just like, it just felt so empty on a level I'd never known kind of thing. It was just like, it wasn't like when you're a young guy and you're kind of like talking to people, as you put it, it can be fun. Yeah. But then when you get older, you're kind of like, all right, this sucks, man. I need to,
Are your parents together?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then did you kind of like, okay, so they've been like,
forever, yeah. Since I've never, I think my parents separated a little bit when I was like a little kid, when I was like too old to really realize. I was like 3, but that's it. Yeah, they're solid for sure.
Do they fight?
Oh yeah,
a lot. Or?
Yeah, I mean it's they always get into some tiff when I'm there for sure.
I like was looking at my parents and that they've had I think love as a choice is like so real for them because they were fighting like crazy, and they had a lot of. My dad was on drugs, and he's the most stereotypical Vietnamese man.
Like, explain, because I don't have it. You say that and nothing comes to mind. I
like,
don't know.
He did drugs. He loved gambling. Okay. Affair stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sure. And he owned a nail salon.
Okay. There you go.
Fucking some of the nail techs.
Okay.
Yeah. But like only like the one that made the most money. Like it wasn't like just like some random bitch. It was the one like she earned that shit. You know, she earned that dick. You can't just be giving it. You can't.
That's not in your act. If everything that last minute and a half you just said is not in your act, you need to remedy that right now. You got to fold that in and just say it as casually as you just did. Right. So fucking funny.
But wait, what was I saying?
You're saying your father is the most stereotypical.
Right.
You know, Vietnamese, and they had talking about their relationship.
Yeah, but then they're still together.
Yeah,
after all that shit.
Sure.
And then my mom on the cruise actually, because my brother is with a girl, and then they had some fights and stuff.
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, "Oh, I think if you guys," to my brother, I don't know if I should say this, but she's like, "If you guys stay together, I think you'll be like me and your dad." And then I was like, "It's not a good
your
thing."
Brother's like, "No, Mom."
Yeah, like no. She's like it's like it took 20 years, but we finally are in a really good place now.
Wow.
And we they went to therapy. They did ayahuasca.
Wow.
And then they healed a lot of their traumas.
Yeah.
And now it's like my dad. He's like sober. He quit all the stuff.
Okay.
And he's like, I choose your mom now.
Oh, good for him.
So it's like, it's like I don't no relationship is perfect, but I think if you choose each other at the end of the day, it's probably fine.
That's it. And my wife, after those 8 months and we started talking again, all of her friends were like, fuck him. Don't go back with this guy who's broken up with you. Right. And she was just like, I got a feeling. And it was one of those things where I'm like, I'm always grateful for that.
Yeah.
So I try to make myself a better person. And when I see myself, like when I fail her here or there, it's like, it really weighs on you, And it's like, it's funny. When you were talking about your parents, I kind of thought the choose you thing is very much your first generation immigrant for sure,
right.
Ethnicity notwithstanding. It's like there's a song about it in Fiddler on the Roof, where the song called Do You Love Me? And it's the Tevye and the wife, who I'm blanking on the name, but basically he's like asking her, hey, do you love me? And they're like in their 60s. And she's like, what a silly question. Who cares? We're married. And he's like, no. And it's this thing where they got married because the village and the religion and the culture said, you and you, the matchmaker said, you're married. So that's what's up. You're getting married. So deal with it. And he, in his winter years, are going, look, I just want to know if you love me or not. And she's like, I suppose I love you too. And it's this really sweet song.
Right.
So it's this thing where I'm not saying, people who are, not that your parents were ever assigned each other, but I imagine there's familial pressure
for sure
for them to marry. So it's like, but it is that thing where you have to hit a point where you're like, do I want to be with this person or not? And it's pretty amazing, that story. That your folks are both like, no, we're chill now. We've been through, my parents went through shit. I joke about my wife and I's history. Like, I was at her first wedding, dude.
Really?
Yeah. We were hooking up.
Whoa.
Almost up till like a month before she married this guy.
Wow.
And it was like awful. And I went to the wedding and I got shit hammered.
Yeah.
And we went to a house party afterward, and a friend of mine found me just sitting in a closet by myself with the door shut.
Gay.
And she's so gay. And I came out of the closet, and that's how I met Steve. No. Which my wife is cool with. No. But it was a thing where it's like, I wasn't even facing my feelings for her. I just kept saying I didn't have any, kind of thing. And that's like, I tell people that, and they're like, I hate this story. And I'm like, yeah, but if I hadn't gone through that, we wouldn't have what we have now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, your father probably wasn't the best dude back then, but it's also like he reconciled, he worked through it and stuff. Yeah. And it's like, the past doesn't exist.
Right.
All we have is now. So that's cool, man.
And it's like, it's like people, and it's so funny, especially Asians, they're always like very hush hush about all the family stuff and like drama.
Yeah.
But it's like, you look around, everyone has some shit.
Oh yeah.
Everyone, race or whatever. It's just like, everyone has some shit they want to hide.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, if people just said the truth, you'd be like, oh wait, we all went through some shit.
Dude, and that's why everyone is so keen to point out everyone else's shit.
Yeah.
It's juicy because it's gossip, but it's also, fuck, they're not talking about my shit. Look at his.
Exactly.
Look at this fucking guy, you know? That, I mean, that's like one of the tenets of sobriety. I've learned this through like sober friends, is like, you can't be like, oh, well, I drink less than him, so I'm okay. Look at him. He's a mess. I'm not him.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like, you can't do that. You have to deal with what's best for you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But yeah, everybody's got some fucked up shit.
Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. That was one of my favorite old Lenny Bruce toss-off jokes where he's like, not everybody's all good. Like even Smokey the Bear killed the forest ranger for his hat and his jeans. So like,
that's true. I never thought about it.
Where did he get that hat?
Yeah.
Not from the bear store.
Yeah.
He murdered a guy.
He definitely murdered
But that guy was in his forest. So there you go. Yeah. But like,
exactly. It's fine.
But it's, everybody has some dark shit. And that's freeing.
Because I do talk about my dad a lot and the stuff that he did. And people, especially like they're like, oh, like, isn't it weird? Like, your dad's watching.
Yeah.
Or like I've done a show in Utah and a lot of my family came out.
Oh, wow.
And that was like, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but also my set is my set. I want to say it.
Absolutely. And you can't neuter yourself. You're an artist. You have to share this stuff. It's almost like, have you ever dated someone and you start talking about them after you broke up and they're like, stop talking about me. And you're like, you shouldn't have dated me because I'm not saying your name. I don't care that your friends know this is you. You shouldn't have done that fucked up thing. Or whatever,
right. It's like, did it happen though?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did you send that shitty text? Were you mean? Did you cheat on me?
Right. It's like, so I don't know. But then I like kind of like, I was like, hey, if my family's watching this, just, this is all a joke.
Yeah.
And then I said it and then it was fine.
Well, and I feel like your dad, I mean, I've watched the videos you've done with your dad. He's like always laughing. Like he's got a great sense of humor about all this.
He's a great hang.
Yeah.
I will say that. I will give him, that's probably why he was fucking so many bitches. Like, I'm like,
sure. Sense of humor. Yeah. Number one turn on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. I mean, it's when someone, I was thinking about that, what Jim Carrey did, that famous speech at the Golden Globes where he's like, I'm not just Jim Carrey, I'm two-time Golden Globe winner, Jim Carrey. And then he talks about it, he extrapolates it like this, because these things are important. And, in 20,000 years, when we're all dust in space, this will be remembered. It's like all of your shit will be forgotten.
Yeah. Everything
you are will be forgotten.
Yeah.
So for you to walk around being so ashamed of whatever the thing was that you went through is kind of stupid. What? Just so, because someone's going to kind of judge you or whatever. Like, I don't know, man. If my daughter's going to be a stand-up, and I hope not, but if she has bits about me, they'll probably be amazing. And I'll be like, that happened. That's right. That was me.
Well, people are fucking kids.
Yeah.
Like there's like crazy shit going on. And then like a little drug thing, little affair. You know what I mean?
Yes. Consensual relationships here. Yeah.
Like, what's the problem?
Yeah. We will not let go of the Epstein files because that is the worst crime. That's the worst thing.
Yeah. I'm like,
sexually fucking with the kids. There's nothing. That's it. There's a reason why those guys are treated the worst in prison.
Anything near, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And the most rich and powerful people in the world could not keep that information under wraps.
Right.
They couldn't hide it.
And that's the worst thing. And
it's just coming out, you know, kind of thing. It's like your shit might come out and you might have to just be like, well, whatever it was.
Yeah. It's nowhere near that.
Yeah. Nothing. No way.
Like, we're fine.
Nothing is.
What is the problem?
Nothing that would and should put me in jail.
Yeah.
It's
like, oh, okay, maybe it's like kind of not that good, but it's nowhere near that.
You were unfaithful. Yeah. You did too much of this drug.
You gambled a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay.
Yeah. Now I know like the Asian gambling stereotype is there. I always felt like that's ethnically speaking hugely Chinese. It's also Vietnamese?
And I would say more Vietnamese.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, educate me.
Because if you walk into a casino, you will hear you know what I mean? Like you hear more Vietnamese. And there is a lot of Chinese, obviously.
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe it's split, but every Vietnamese person that I know has an uncle that lost everything. In my case, it was my dad.
Oh my God. I'm sorry to laugh, but that's such a strong statistic.
Yeah.
Everyone has one. Lost it all.
I'd bet everything.
You'll bet all your money right now.
Yeah. Okay. Then this is how it starts. But
they'll find. Yeah.
Every Vietnamese person knows an uncle or something that lost everything.
Wow.
And they're not even, I don't know why they just, I think after you survived the war and you traveled here and you did everything, it's just kind of like, let me just put all the stress away and focus on these two cards.
Gambling is a thrill.
Yeah.
There's nothing, whoever said that, money won. is 5 times more thrilling than money earned or money given.
That's so true.
It's just when you win big, it's the best feeling because you did a risk.
Yeah.
And it's like, to your point, when you make it through the war, I think you realize life is a risk. Life is a gamble.
Yeah.
Every day we're sacrificing something or the potential for something going wrong. You leave your house, you're risking your life. You know what I mean? Or staying in it. Like,
I didn't really get it until I went on the cruise.
Oh, really?
And then I was a little drunk, a little high.
Sure.
And I played the cards. I put like 200 on red.
Yeah.
And I got it. And that feeling, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I get it.
I love stupid gambling. I love gambling that doesn't take any brain power.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, you just put it on.
Roulette.
Yeah, roulette.
Craps with my wife, but I'll just bet the line every time, mostly. Yeah. But it's like, the thing about craps is everybody's scared of craps, but when I started playing with Kara, I realized the dealers are there to help you. They're like, I'm like, what would this pay? He's like, I wouldn't. Maybe this. You know, like I had a bit about how when I go to craps, I'm like, put a blue on giraffe. And like, neither one of those are a thing, sir. Please go away. You know,
right?
But like she'll bet the numbers and stuff, and that's how you really start winning. But if you just bet the line and someone's got a hot hand, you'll win.
Yeah,
it's great.
I love it. I don't know, but also I was like, this is a slippery slope.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because I won 200 and I lost it like immediately.
Oh, so fast.
Yeah, so fast, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're like 200. That's not enough to win.
Right.
You need to win more.
I'm gonna walk away with 200.
Okay, what if I bet the 200 now?
Yeah.
Will that win me?
And that is exciting. Winning, put it back in, winning.
Pushing a bunch of chips onto a thing and just standing back.
And then you're like, yeah,
that's a good feeling, man.
My balls are kind of like,
yeah. Like I get why the whales exist. You know what I mean? Because it's like, why would you have millions of dollars if you can't just blow it?
Yeah.
Just go and, like high level slots is probably fun. I'd probably still just do table bets for a lot of money and stuff.
I don't think,
but
slots is fun though.
I don't really like blackjack. It takes too long.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just a third.
I don't know. It's hard to steadily win.
It is, yeah.
And again,
also everyone's kind of like looking at you.
Yeah.
They're like, don't hit it or hit it. And I'm like, bro, you're stressing me out right now.
No, always hit on 15.
Yeah.
Really?
And I'm like, yeah, are you sure? I don't know.
Always? Yeah.
Yeah, he has a 3.
Yeah. He's going to take me for sure. Yeah.
So
what is your game?
I mean, roulette is fun. I just don't have to think with roulette.
Yeah.
And if I'm doing really bad, I'll try blackjack. And then craps is, I know the basic rules, but it's a little confusing with like a lot going on.
Yeah.
But and then if all that fails, like just going back to the slot machine and just pushing a button.
Sure, that's fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I like craps because it's like the community of it. You all win together or you all lose together.
Yeah,
which is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
Yeah, I go on tour with Jason Cheney.
Oh yeah,
and then going to the casino with him is really fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he a big gambler?
Yeah, I mean, he plays like here and there, but like when I do, he's the one that showed me how to play craps.
Okay.
And then like seeing him do it was just like helping him throw the dice and stuff. I'm like, this is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I first time I would throw the dice, I get so nervous. I'd like bounce it out of the felt. And it's just like, dude, like you keep it on the table, and then it'd be too short. And he's like, try it again. You got to hit the wall.
Right.
That's the rule. But yeah, I mean, playing Vegas, I kind of, now that it's, it's, the mob is gone. It's all corporate, the modern mob. And it's kind of, I always wonder what the old days must have been like when it was like,
man,
worse or better?
I don't know. Probably better.
I think better.
Yeah.
Because it's like one of the tenets, their whole religion is capitalism. So they take all your money. It's like, well, you get a steak. Yeah. Give them a steak and a drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like you get to
the
eat.
Part.
These guys now, they're like, nah, no free rooms, nothing.
I went to the casino a lot when I was a kid, just with my dad. And then they never ID'd me. I just sat next to him. But then my favorite part was when he lost, because I always get free steak.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I would come home with like, oh my God, he lost. I'm like, I'm about to eat good tonight.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Ribeye.
Yeah, he's depressed as hell. Probably gonna kill himself, but the steak is amazing.
Bro, it's like, that speaks to me because like kids are just sociopaths. Like my daughter, it's like I could fall down a well if she gets a popsicle. Just like, your father's dead.
It's like, no, but he's really...
Popsicle's delicious.
That's strong.
I'm going to cry when this is done.
Yeah.
But for right now...
Let me get 2 popsicles.
Yeah. I mean, not really, but it is funny how just... They don't give a fuck about anything but like sugar or whatever they're eating. Or,
I mean, you just don't know.
No.
You're just like, I want popsicle.
Yeah. You're not sentimental.
Yeah.
Like I want, like I'll tell her you can't have a second treat. And she'll just throw a massive tantrum. Like I just was like, I threw away all your stuffed animals or something like that. Like on that level.
Right.
And it's like, come on. No one gets 2 ice creams.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like, be a terrible parent if I let you have that. Do you ever think about having kids?
I do want kids. I don't know when. I think I want to get to the place where I'm like not in debt.
Sure.
Like, can a little bit my life more figured out.
Yeah. Well, you're young.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, who cares?
But nowadays, I feel like people are like, my age in LA, especially. They're like, oh no, I never want to have kids. It's like a thing.
Sure.
I've heard a lot, but I'm like, I don't know. Like, I feel like we're supposed to have kids, especially if you're like, if you can.
Yeah.
Like the people that say they don't want kids are the people that probably should have kids.
Yeah. And I think a lot of them are just kind of, they're taking in, look, we have access to more information than we've ever had before in human history. And that will inevitably be horrifically depressing. We all know the worst things that are going on right now. And we think we're headed towards a colossal collapse. And we could be right.
Yeah.
But I also think human beings are like cockroaches. We're going to survive.
Yeah.
We're going to reproduce.
And the people that are having kids are like the people that are like, they're not even thinking about that.
Yeah.
They're kind of dumb.
Sure.
They popping out kids like crazy.
Uh-huh.
And it's like
idiocracy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh my God. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the people that should have kids are not having kids. I'm like, no, I think you need to help the world by having kids.
Well, the people who a lot of the people I talk to, it's like have money.
Yeah.
These are people that are successes.
Yeah.
And they're like, I just don't think it's fair to the kid. It's like, who the fuck you don't know this kid.
Right.
What do you mean? You don't owe this kid to be alive?
Yeah.
This kid's going to love life, man.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, my kid came back we never talked about it. I think the first 3 years you just kind of, or maybe, at least 3 years, you kind of just protect them from the world. You just don't tell them the bad shit going on. Yeah. Why? But she came back being like, ugh, Trump's the worst. I'm like, wow.
Smart.
You found out that.
That was cool.
I didn't tell you that. I agree. Yeah. But he sucks,
It's cool that she came to her, like did her own thing. And
I'm sure some kid just said that to her and they talked about it or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, man, I have no problem with that. That guy unequivocally sucks, but it's not that she came back and was like, I'm a registered Democrat or whatever. You know what I mean? Right. It's not, he doesn't think in terms of politics. He thinks about who's a bad guy, and says like, that dude is pretty bad. They know.
They're very smart.
They know.
Like, this kid, this guy's vibe is off.
His aura.
Yeah, his
trash.
Aura lost.
Trash.
Yeah. So
yeah. It's like grave dust. Whatever that color is his aura. Like it's just filth and awful. Yeah. I mean, but I don't know. I don't meet a lot. I meet a lot of people who are. Because you know how it is. We go everywhere. We talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Who are not just scraping by, but they're not rich, and they got a couple kids, and they're happy as shit.
Yeah.
And they might be angry about this, that, or the other. But one thing having a kid does do for you, which is very healthy for me, is it snaps everything into perspective in a way you probably needed all your life and didn't realize it. Where I'm like, oh yeah, my little penny ante horseshit, my feelings, my anxieties about my career or about how people perceive me, all that stuff, that's out the window. I just have to make sure this kid feels loved and feels protected and feels happy as much as I humanly can. And it's like taking a weight off your shoulders. Where you're like, people say it's like, oh, you don't think about yourself as much. True. But I would amend that to be like, you try to think about how you can kind of be a little bit more chill for this kid.
Yeah.
And realize the only thing you can really control is yourself. So maybe I shouldn't fly off the handle about this thing. Maybe I shouldn't be as angry to this person I might have a little beef with because of this moment. You know what I mean? Maybe I shouldn't curse in my car so loosely at somebody who cut me off in traffic.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's more, it gives you perspective. And I think, I don't have a kid obviously, but I have a friend who's a comic, lives in Detroit. And then I was staying at his house for this festival, and he has a kid, and he has a house, and then just like seeing them play outside, like with this little toy thing, and like, wow, that's like happiness right there.
Yeah.
And it's like cool to, I'm like, you know, for he there's a lot of shit going on, but he's like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
In this house, like I'm playing Legos with my kid.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that's cool.
Well, and people think too much about, you know, I've talked about this, but like I'm from Portland, Oregon, where I feel like people really internalize current events worldwide. So like, I'll be like, hey, how you been? And the person will be like, I mean, you know, like, I don't. And they're like, Palestine. I'm like, well, yeah, but how are you in your life?
Yeah.
I'm with you. We share the same viewpoint on the situation.
Yeah.
I was just asking about your life. You know, they talk about, you know, think globally, act locally. The way you act locally is you create community for yourself and for others.
Yeah.
And make sure they feel seen and make sure that you are seen by them.
Right.
And when you have a kid, that's 24/7.
Yeah.
Where like this person who woke up in the middle of the night because they wet themselves or they had a bad dream or whatever, they don't want to hear about any of my bullshit that I was having, the little nightmare I was having about, you know, oh, the tickets aren't selling well in Port Charlotte, Florida. I don't give a shit. Kid wants dry underwear and wants it cleaned. You know what I mean? So it's like, it just snaps it into perspective. And it's like, I wish we were like that with each other more. You know what I mean? But having a kid makes you that way. Like,
you know what? I'm gonna have a kid today.
Do it. Just get someone pregnant, bro. For yourself.
Do you think it's important to have a kid with someone you love?
Yeah, I think if you can. But also, people do it. You know, like I know people who just adopted. There's all kinds of ways to have a kid. You know what I mean? I don't think. Yeah. I think that's the ideal for sure.
What do you think about IVF and like people picking all the stuff?
Oh yeah, customizing the kid.
Yeah, would you do that?
I think you can go too far with that. I think I wanted to know the sex, but it was, you know, when I know people who they were going to have a child that would be severely mentally impaired and immunocompromised and all this stuff, and they're like, well, this kid will probably only live till, and it's like, well, okay, I think this kid, you know, should be aborted. Sorry, you know, this fetus, and I'm like, I get that. Right. You know, I don't know. I can't say what I would do until I reach that point. But the thing is, once you find out the sex, you're just hooked. Because for some reason I was convinced my kid was a boy. I don't know why. I have the shittiest intuition sometimes, and I'm like, yep, as a boy. I'm like, wow. Kind of felt like maybe I wanted a girl, but then I don't care. I'm like, what's it like to be a man raising a little man? What's that like? So months of that. And then I get on the phone with the doctor and she's like, it's a girl. And I just started crying in the kitchen because it was the knowledge of like, it's real. This person's coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have cried just as hard as she said a boy too. Not out of, oh, thank God. I don't care.
Right.
You know, but
thank God.
Just not a chick. Boo. I don't know what they're like. No, but like, yeah. I mean, so I just think it's you kind of leave it as an option.
What do you think? Because everyone's talking about like the lonely male epidemic.
Sure.
Now.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is sort of, I can see that.
Sure.
But also I feel like now it's like you can meet people. It's even like you meet people everywhere.
Well, and it's like, I think too many of these guys think the opposite of being lonely is getting pussy. I think that's just it. I think they're just like, I'm not having sex with anyone.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
That'll happen if you take care of yourself to a certain degree. Someone will fuck you.
Yeah.
Stop focusing just on that.
Yeah.
All these women are turning you down or whatever. I think it's back to what I said about community. Are you having engagements with other human beings that you and them are enjoying? Mm-hmm. Are you going places where people are there? Are you making friends? And that's what gives rise to that. That makes you less lonely. People who care about you, who check on you, see how you're doing. Pussy's not going to call you. And I'm just speaking as raw as I can right now.
Right.
Because the way you're looking at it as a young man, getting laid will not call you in the middle of the night to check on you because you posted something lonely on Twitter and this person's care. Getting laid does not care if you're going to kill yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? A friend does.
Yeah, exactly.
A friend reaches out and goes, hey, you okay? You cool? And I've had people like that my whole life. Thank God.
Yeah.
You know? And in a sense, creating friendships, that creates potential for women to be attracted to you. Because there are people that trust you,
right?
You know, and 90% of women dating is going, God, I hope this guy doesn't hit me. I hope this guy is not a predator. I hope this guy doesn't dose my drink. Yeah. You know what I mean?
There's people that I've met that like the amount of like girls I've met and they like show me some of the texts from other guys or how they tell me stories and stuff. And it's like most guys, I feel like they don't even know how to have a conversation.
No.
And I'm like, I'm reading some of these texts and I'm like, bro, this is cringe. Like, dude, just be a normal guy.
Be a normal guy, but also there are people who are telling these guys to be like that. That's and right, also from my generation, the whole thing was, the perspective was like, you have to somehow fool women into thinking you're worthy of having sex with, or you have to, women are a different species than us. Where it's like, once you get older and you talk to women, you're like, they're as horny as we are, just different ways sometimes. Yeah. And it's just, treat this person like the human being they are.
Yeah.
You do that, you're going to stand out above like 60% of dudes nowadays.
Right. I mean, doing comedy helps, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, I think like, they're like, oh, like for me, if you just look at me, they're like, oh, like the like chubby Asian dude. He's not like 6 foot, or you know what I mean?
Sure.
And then, but I'm like, I don't know, like make them laugh.
Yeah. We got some riz.
Yeah.
As the kids say.
Just get some riz, bro.
Yeah, get some riz. And this thing, it's like, I always call it like confident fat kid in the pool syndrome.
Right.
That kid, me. I remember that kid when I was a kid. We just lay back, gut out, like a dad.
Yeah.
Because his dad didn't really care about what people thought of his body. His thing is like Stavros was getting laid before he was famous.
Bro, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that thing where you're like, oh, something about this guy is attractive. And one of the things is he's not a shitty dude. He's not somebody who's trying to fool me or whatever. People love it when you are who you are.
Yeah. Like, this is me.
You might not like this, but you know, the John Candy line from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Go ahead, make fun. But you know what? I like me.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that as a kid and being like, holy shit.
That's cool.
I can't imagine saying that I like myself.
Wow.
And I think part of me did.
Yeah.
But it's just something you didn't do. But I also come from a generation where we weren't even comfortable saying another guy was handsome.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have a whole bit in one of my specials about how I love a hot dude. I love when they're around. I'm just like, look at that fucker. You know, I talk about him like he's a horse I just bought. Like, look at his ass. Nice, turn around, you know? Because I think it's like when I was a kid, you know, I remember distinctly being like, well, Zach's a good looking guy. And like 5 guys like, oh, what are you, fag?
Yeah.
And it's just like, what? Are we that insecure?
Yeah.
He's clearly better looking than all of us. Why do you think all the girls talk to him? They don't talk to us.
He's a good looking, objectively, he's a good looking dude.
Objectively.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, you know, as much as the male loneliness and the incel culture and stuff, that's always been around.
Okay.
And maybe we're listening to those guys too much. But I think we also have evolved so much that it's like the fact that people are openly gay, you know, much more than ever. The people that are openly trans, and the fact that people are like, there's a great quote in a William S. Burroughs story. I think it might, or an essay called "A Regular Johnson." The beat poets like Jack Kerouac and stuff. He had this term where it's like they were drinking coffee and one of them like fired up a joint or something, and a guy walked by in like a business suit and just nodded at him and kept walking. And Jack Kerouac was like, "That's a regular Johnson," and all that means is a guy who doesn't give a fuck what you're doing. It's not my business.
Yeah.
And he writes that, and Burroughs was gay, and he's like, he doesn't care what the fags are doing in the back room of the hotel. He doesn't care if someone's shooting up by themselves, you know, thinks it's probably a bad choice, but he's also not going to rat him out.
Yeah.
If this guy goes to jail.
Yeah.
It's just people. And I think we understand that the new young generation is kind of like, we like people that stay the fuck out of your business.
Yeah.
And it's like, how does this person being trans affect me? How does this person being gay affect me?
Yeah.
It not at all. It doesn't do shit for my life. And so that's why that's been weaponized, because a lot of people think we should be hating. It's like
the amount of people, especially in LA, I think they're like so stressed out about the state of the world.
Yeah. And
I understand that.
Yeah.
But most of those people are doing very well.
Yeah.
They have a lot of time on their hands.
Oh, so much time online.
So, oh my God, more time than the kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, people are just trying to pay rent. Take go through afford food, like just go through their day. And then like for me, I'm like, yeah, I don't really care. Do whatever you want to do. I'm just trying to like do my stuff, like get through the day.
Yeah.
You know, and it's frustrating. They're like,
yeah. Well, it's like you should be pushing back on this, and this. These are the important things. And you're like, well, but I got to eat. Yeah. And I think that's, gas costs this much. So that fucking sucks.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying to.
And why do we not have a sophisticated rail system for the whole country, like every other, first world quote unquote country? You know what I mean?
I got new tires. I fixed my brakes. It was like $1,500. And I'm like, 2 tires. Since when does it cost this much?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on right now?
Yeah, everything just plain costs way too much right now, and it's like that's the key issue people are really talking about and should be. Yeah. But I do feel, to your point, like those people that are doing really well and they they have opinions on every single major social issue.
Right.
These opinions are typically correct, but it's like, yeah, but what are you doing? Right. Are you putting your money toward that? Are you putting your personal time toward it? Writing online doesn't count. Commenting online doesn't count.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or like talking at like fancy parties don't count.
Oh yeah. No, they don't count. I mean, if they raise money, sure, a bit. Sure. But I find it's like, then I break this rule all the time, but I'll post a lot. Shout out to anyone following me. I'm sorry. I will post stuff that I'm like, yeah, this sucks or whatever, But it's like, I have to, and I'm leading up to the election today, like I have posted a lot of stuff on what my opinions. But in the end, it's just preaching to the choir. You know what I mean? I rarely get the unfollowed. Yeah. And it's also like, if I'm not getting the unfollowed, I'm not reaching anyone who necessarily doesn't agree with me. So it's like, I should bring a little different stuff to the table, our job, our main job, I think, is to take the weight off people's lives.
Yeah.
So my mom is like very politically active, and she's like, so do you talk about this on stage? I'm like, Mom, if I think of something very funny, like, at least to me, like I had a bit once where I was like, I'm thinking about getting some home protection, thinking about like a handgun or maybe a shotgun. But then I realized, no, just a ballroom around my house, like the president said, you know what I mean? And then I get into, like my contract, he said like 100 million. My contract is due for like 17 million. And that's what mine costs, like just total bullshit, but it's like, that was it's like, that's the closest I'll come to getting political on stage, because I think I'm like, all right, there's a joke there. People will laugh at it, and then we can move on to whatever else I'm talking about. But it's like, it's not, I'm not, people are not paying to see me get on a soapbox. You know what I mean? And there are people that are way better at it than me. Like, long as Ronnie Chang's out there, I don't even fucking do anything like that, And
also, I like, well, it's different for you to talk about it on your social media and that kind of thing. It's like, you're like advocating for it, and I see that. But then like, I had this one person talking to me about like 20 minutes about like, they don't know what's going on with the clouds.
Oh, like the Apple clouds?
They're like, oh no, like the government is putting stuff in the, like, it's fake,
actual clouds.
All fake clouds.
Okay.
Which is,
sorry to laugh. Have you heard of this, Max?
Vapor something?
That sounds like, what's it, that psychotic senator who's talking, that Marjorie Taylor Greene thing about the Jewish space lasers. Like, that sounds on that level.
Yeah, something like that. And then they were just like, I mean, I was like, maybe, who knows, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm not saying it's not.
Well, it's funny. That's like the Keanu Reeves thing. He's like, I don't argue. 2 + 2 is 5. Great. See you later.
Yeah. I was like, yeah.
I'd be like, cool. Yeah. It's good to know about that. And I'll see you around.
No, I was gassing her up. I was like, you know what? Those clouds do look kind of fake.
Fuck. Now you mention it. You're like, I've never seen a white or a gray one.
Because total bullshit. If you don't say it, then they will stop talking.
Oh yeah.
And I want to hear more about this cloud thing.
Yeah. I do too.
So,
yeah. It's like, tell me more. How does that work?
And this is right after the whole, like, I paid $1,500 for some tires.
Oh, no.
I was like, I'm just trying to pay rent, but these clouds are crazy.
Okay, go into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept getting in an argument with this guy who's a comic. Love him, but he's got some real opinions on how things are actually how things are. And he's like, and every time I'd be like, where'd you get this information? He'd just go, look it up. No source. Like, Google anything?
Yeah.
I can put anything into Google and I'll find someone that'll say some horse shit that'll agree with what you just said.
I mean, ChatGPT, you say whatever and it will prove you right.
Interesting point. Maybe those people should be killed.
Yeah.
Jesus, ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
I think you're just agreeing with anything I want to say. So we're at the end of the pod, but is there anything you want to promote?
I'm going on tour. I'm doing Portland, Seattle, and then Irvine.
Nice.
And then I'm adding Houston and Dallas next.
Oh, cool.
So if you're in those cities, please come.
That's a great run. Those are all fun spots.
Yeah. So I'm hoping I sell some tickets.
Yeah. So, hey, go see Will. He's a can't miss. Super funny. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Dude, thank you so much, bro.
You bet.
I love you.
Love you too.